Very many people look forward to the day they will leave their 9 to 5 job so that they can start their own businesses and become their own bosses. Unfortunately, very few people take time to critically think about the mindset shifts that they need to make from employee to entrepreneur, and therefore sometimes get disorganized along the way when they start their entrepreneurial journey. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 7 critical mindset shifts that you need to make to go from employee to entrepreneur so that you can thrive as an entrepreneur. Hey, welcome back. My name is Lydia Amuge. If we are meeting for the first time, absolutely nice to meet you. If we have met again and you're returning back to my YouTube channel, I'm glad that you've chosen to spend some of your valuable time with me. So let's continue and dive into the 7 critical mindsets that you need to make in order to go from an employee to an entrepreneur. But before I get into the 7 mindsets, I'm reminded of a friend of mine. Last year, I met a friend of mine who was very excited about the business she had started. And when I met her, she was telling me about how she was making money and how she was loving it. 6 months down the road, I called her and asked her, so tell me, how is business going? Guess what? She told me, you know what, Lydia? I have started reapplying for jobs. And at first I thought she was joking. She had said, Lydia, business is getting so hard. My clients are not paying. I'm struggling to, handle this business. I think I would rather go back for a job. I tried to encourage her to keep there a little longer, but she couldn't. 3 months after that conversation, she had quit her business and gone back into employment. That shows you how it's very critical for you to understand what shifts must be made so that you are able to stay anchored along your business journey. So the number 1 shift that you need to make when you start your entrepreneurial journey, actually before you start your entrepreneurial journey, is the shift from short-term thinking to long-term thinking. Usually as an employee, you find that most of the plans are created by top management. And so you are probably given a small portion of the organizational objective to handle. But when you are an entrepreneur, you need to go from short-term thinking to long-term thinking. You start thinking about what are the future opportunities that could come to my business? What are the future threats? You need to be able to think about the vision. Remember, when you're an employee, you're probably not so much concerned about the vision, but when you become an entrepreneur, you must be concerned about the vision, not just about realizing it, but about protecting it. Because when you start your business journey, people will fight your vision. You must not only protect the vision, but you must also propagate the vision. Remember, you are not just selling the vision to yourself. Of course, you must first of all have sold the vision to yourself, then sell that same vision to the teams that you're working with so that you can be able to ultimately realize a vision that will impact many other lives beyond your own life and that of the teams that are working with you. So short-term thinking to long-term thinking is very critical. Mindset shift number 2. You need to shift from the comfort zone to an uncomfortable zone. Wow, I guess you're probably scared about that. Yes, business is not a very comfortable journey all the time, because you find that you will need to do a lot of things that you are previously not doing. You are probably previously not selling. actively as an employee, and all of a sudden you have to be the salesperson of this business. You are probably not engaging with particular stakeholders as an employee. All of a sudden, you have to engage with a certain group of stakeholders to keep your business going and thriving. You are probably not getting up at certain times to do certain things. All of a sudden, to meet client deadlines and to make sure that the business is working, you find that you need to get a bit uncomfortable. So the truth is that you will need to go away from a state of comfort to some level of discomfort. And that ultimately actually becomes your default setting. You need to be able to get to a point where you are comfortable with some level of discomfort, because to be able to get what you want as an entrepreneur, you must be willing to pay the cost. And discomfort is part of the cost that you will pay along your entrepreneurial journey. Mindset shift number 3. You'll need to go away from periodic learning to continuous learning. The moment you choose the entrepreneurial journey, you need to choose continuous learning. You see, as an employee, sometimes you're probably, given a job description and you're trained for that particular job description. You're trained how to do particular things within a particular period of time. So sometimes you may not intentionally decide that I need to continuously learn this or learn that. So the training you've probably received as you are joining sometimes may be enough for you. But when you choose the entrepreneurial journey, continuous learning must become your best friend, because there are so many things to learn. You'll need to be learning about your clients. You'll need to be learning about the marketplace. You'll need to be learning new skills that you'll need. You'll need to be learning the new trends within the marketplace. So there's a need for continuous learning. You must stay hungry as an entrepreneur. Never get to that point where you feel, oh, I think I have arrived. When you choose the entrepreneur journey, you have to give up the arrival mentality. There is no arriving in entrepreneurship. It is a continuous journey. I love to call it an adventure. Entrepreneurship is an adventure. And when you look at it as an adventure, then you're willing to learn continuously. Mindset shift number 4. You'll need to move from the mindset of keeping rules to breaking rules. That sounds crazy. I guess someone is wondering, Lydia, are you really telling us to actually break rules? You see, when you are employed, you're given a particular set of rules that you must keep. Now, when you keep these rules, you are looked at as the good guy or the good girl within your organization. But and just in case you break any of these rules, you can actually be dismissed for breaking these rules. But when it comes to the entrepreneurial space, sometimes, not all times, sometimes you may need to break certain rules in order to move to your next level. Let's say everyone has said, no, you must do this and you must do that. You must sell in this way, you must sell in that way. Sometimes you'll say, you know what, I'm not so sure about this direction, but I'm going to break the rule and I'm going to test and see what it will be like if I took this route versus the other route. So you find that you need to embrace the kind of mindset that is ready to take a risk, that is ready to go to even territories that others have not been to. Because guess what? Most times that is where you'll find something new that may actually be the breakthrough, the thing that will cause your business to break through. So that is one of the mindsets that you really need to be ready to embrace when you take on this entrepreneur journey. Mindset number 5. You need to move from doing a singular role to doing multiple roles. You see, when you're employed, you're probably given a job description, a job title, and particular things that you are supposed to do. And you're mainly close to that particular docket. Say, for example, you're the branch operations manager of one of the banks. They will give you a docket of things that you are supposed to do as the branch operations manager. When it comes to the business angle, you'll find that you will have to be a jack of all trades, particularly at the start when your business is just taking off ground. You find that you'll probably be doing a bit of the accounts, you're doing the sales, you're doing the marketing, you're doing all kinds of things. Sometimes you'll even find that you may get, a mop to dust your tables a little bit. So you find that you're actually doing a number of roles. Why is it important? Because at the start, you're probably not yet made enough money to be able to employ all of these different kinds of people to take on these roles. So you find that you need to open your mind to doing all of them at the start. But later on, when the business grows and you can be able to get on more of these people, the wise thing is to be able to delegate these roles. Otherwise, you will crash before you can go far on your journey. Mindset shift number 6. You'll need to go from receiving a steady salary to creating steady cash flows and assets for your business. This is one of the craziest mindset shifts because, it's very easy to receive a salary. You know that every 20th of the month, for example, my salary hits my account. For most employees, whether the business is making money or not making money, the employer is working very hard to make sure that you are paid. However, for business, sometimes the cash flows are not a guarantee. So you need to be able to go away from that point of a steady salary to now embracing the fact that it is your role to create these cash flows and to create assets that can generate more of these cash flows so that the business can get to a stable point where it can actually pay you a salary as well as pay the other people that you are employing. That is not very easy because most of the time we love the job security. But once you shift your mind and prepare your mind for that, then that will be an easy sail along the journey. And finally, mindset number 7. This is very critical. You need to be able to go away from the reactive mindset to the proactive mindset. If you're employed, you know that most times when things go wrong in the business, you'll say, oh, top management, oh, so-and-so boss, oh, so-and-so is the one responsible for it. And sometimes you can actually be able to just, shove off the challenges because, well, it's not me. So-and-so will handle. When you come to business, there is no room for so-and-so will handle. You are the main man. So that means that instead of complaining, instead of reacting to the challenges, you need to be able to ask yourself questions. What can I do? How can we handle this? Rather than, can we handle this? Or rather than complain, because there is nobody to throw these challenges at, to throw these complaints at. You need to be able to develop tough skin. Oh yes, being an entrepreneur means that you'll need to be able to develop tough skin because sometimes you'll actually find that challenges will come one after another and you just ask yourself, oh my God, why did hell break loose over my house? But you know what? The beauty about staying when all hell breaks loose is that you prepare yourself for the next level of growth as an entrepreneur. So when you look at all the 7 mindset shifts that I have shared with you today, which of the 7 do you think you really need to work on? Let me know in the comments section. Which of those 7 do you really need to work on so that you can enjoy the transition from employee to entrepreneur? And I want to encourage you finally, before you go, just in case you're struggling and wondering, Lydia, I've been trying to make some of these shifts on my own and I cannot make them. I want to invite you to join me for our Monetize Your Passion Masterclass. Before this masterclass, I have a challenge called the 21-day Mindset Reset Challenge, where I actually journey with you over 21 days to reset your mind over some of these things. So click the link in the description so that you can join our WhatsApp group for the next challenge that will be starting. And if you have not clicked the subscribe button, why don't you click it and click the notification bell so that you don't miss the next videos that I will be sharing. I am here to help you turn your passion into a profitable, purpose driven business. Let's do it. Together we can.